2, 1. What the fuck is up, dude?
What's going on?
It is good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Like I was telling you before we started. Yeah, I was looking at the catalog from 3 years ago now, almost 4 years ago, and I'm like 99% sure you were like episode 5.
Yeah,
or some shit like that.
A lot has changed since then.
We're not in a fucking garage freezing our balls off.
Yeah, so cold.
Yeah, dude. Episode 6.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. Well,
cheers.
OG. Cheers, buddy. It's good to see you. It's good to have you on again, man.
Absolutely.
Like, life has changed,
to say the least. Yeah.
You're a dad.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
That's good because we've known each other for okay, so let's say 16 years?
Yeah.
Right.
I'd say since we were like 10, 11.
Something like that.
What are you, 27?
Yeah.
26, 27?
27?
Yeah.
17 fucking years?
Yeah.
Gee, and you have a kid now, dude.
Yeah.
How's it feel to be a dad?
Dude, it's
and
wild.
okay, I don't want to disregard the other half of that equation. You're married.
I am married.
He did it the right way.
Yeah.
He's married.
Yeah.
And you're married to an amazing woman.
Yep.
So you have a family.
Well, she's all right. But, yeah.
You have responsibilities.
I do, yeah.
How does that feel?
It's nuts, man. It's a lot. Me and my wife, we always laugh because it's like,
speak a little more to the mic.
We didn't. It never feels like this next stage was gonna happen. So like we were high school sweethearts. We did the whole song and dance. Like we've been together forever. Like I've been with her for like 10 years already. And it's just so weird because like obviously that's the next step, but now that we have a kid, like sometimes I'm just like looking at him and I'm like, who the hell let this kid in here? Let us take care of this kid. Like I'm just a dad all of a sudden, Then like the matter of a couple hours when she's in labor, you go from just husband and wife to mom and dad. It's just nuts, dude.
Do you feel like a dad yet? Has that like set in?
I think one of my buddies he made a point where he's like, I feel like I'm a lot more responsible, or like I have like a lot more stuff to like worry about. Like it's like almost like a chemical reaction in your brain. But I don't know if I've really felt that too much, where more of I'm just like, okay, I gotta get my shit together. I gotta like figure this thing out. And
I feel like it'll come eventually.
Struggling,
There's got to be some kind of like primal reaction. Where
Yeah.
It's like, okay, there's a youngling. There's a thing.
Yeah.
There's there's this little being that can't fight for itself. It can't feed itself. Can't even the little piece of shit can't wipe itself.
No, dude. We have to do everything for him.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And I was laughing with some of my buddies, and I was just like, I think I'm soft now. And I got soft. I was like, I had a kid and I'm soft, and like not in the phallic sense, but like as like an emotional sense.
God, how much would that suck if like after so how women have a set amount of eggs?
Yeah.
What if we had like a set amount of kids? And so however the brain knows we got something pregnant, it's like, all right, no more hard dicks. You had 2, you got 2 of them pregnant. You don't need it anymore.
You're done. You're like, all right, well, I don't know. That'd suck.
God, that's funny. That reminds me because this was years and years and years ago when I was like brand new in the military. Sergeant Martinez was fucking kicking my ass a little bit, and he goes, I don't know what it is, but I think having a kid, he's as I'm like sweating in like 100-degree weather, dying, right? He goes, I think having a kid has made me soft, but damn it, you pissed me off.
It's true, man. I'm telling you, it's like I text my parents like 2 weeks after Jet, my son, was born, and I was like, I sent him this like loving text. I was like, I just wanted to say thanks for everything that you did. Like, as I'm like holding my son, I'm like, I can't believe like all the shit that I put my parents through, and for the first 6, 7, 8 years of my, honestly, like probably more than that, years of my life, they literally took care of us. It's just, it's cool. It's cool. It's like a complete life switch, being a parent, and I don't know, it's like the coolest thing that's ever happened, honestly.
Yeah, your mom's listening to this like, listen, motherfucker, till you were like 20.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was like,
and
6,
you had
7.
all your idiot fucking friends over at that.
Oh, jeez. Got stuck there.
That's fucking. How's your family doing, man?
They're good, man.
Is your brother? I remember one of them joined the military and was out in San Diego for a bit.
Yep, that's my oldest brother. He's back home.
Okay.
Went to UNM. He's
Josh, right?
Yeah, he's like I think he's getting his like PhD now.
Damn, good for
in
him.
like electrical engineering or physics or something like that. He works at Sandia. And
I'm proud to announce that the podcast is now officially sponsored by the fine people over at Chop Chili Company. Guys, this is some of the best chili you can get here in the state of New Mexico, and they are online as well as in stores. They can be found at Smith's, Albertsons, Sprouts, John Brooks, and Lowe's Corner Market. They have 3 amazing flavors that you see here, and they also have frozen green chili that you can get online. Go on over to the website, chopchilico.com, and get yourself some amazing chili today. Podcast is now officially sponsored by the amazing people over at High Desert Relief, a premier herbal destination right here in the state of New Mexico. They have extremely well-trained and knowledgeable staff that are more than happy to help you find what you're looking for or try something that you maybe have never thought of. They have 2 locations here in Albuquerque, 1 in Santa Fe. All 3 will be listed right here and in the description of this episode. All 3 offering legendary products at absolutely legendary prices, including this awesome merch that they were so kind enough to gift me here. All of this can be found at all 3 of their locations. Again, big thank you to the guys over at HDR for supporting. Now back to the episode.
He's kicking ass, and he has a family, and that's the niece and nephew that I have just directly on just on this side of the family. And well, I guess that's the only.
Is Jacob still in town?
Jake's in California now.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, so he's chilling in.
What's he doing in California? California kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah,
actually.
his work was out there, so he's just like
Okay.
he moved out there. He wants to move back, but we'll see. We'll see if
Yeah.
he ever makes it back over here. Yeah.
Dude, California is turning into a fucking
Yeah.
Like it already was kind of on the downturn before Trump got into office.
Yeah.
Fuck, flash forward almost 8 years later. That place is a fucking cesspool. I saw this picture, and it was of, you know how there's like signs where it's like, parking only, or like those metal signs, like street signs. There are metal signs that are designed like that, and they're in San Francisco. I want to say L.A., and I also saw a picture of it up in Washington, Seattle, and it said, I'm not making this shit up. It said, all retail theft must be under $950.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm looking at that like, yo, it'll cost me, it'll cost me nothing because my company pays for all my gas.
Yeah.
I can get out there for free for a weekend.
You could take up to $900.
Yo, what? In one turn? So just tomorrow I get to turn around and get another $900?
So get out of jail free card, dude.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's nuts, man. It makes 0 sense. It makes absolutely 0 sense. And luckily for Jake, he lives in Newport Beach, and it's like the conservative capital.
That's like Southern California, right?
Yeah, kind of like,
because Southern is a little bit more conservative, but it's not like
it's north of San Diego, but south of LA.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's where Newport is. But Trump just went into like the marina there like a couple weekends ago and had a rally. And
dude, he can show up anywhere and people are gonna, especially after that debate.
Yeah.
Dude, he goes anywhere and people are like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go look at the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how real this is, and no one's gonna know how real it is until I think the day of like the actual election. But because there's been, I'm sure you've heard it too, but it's like, oh, if and when Biden drops out, they're gonna pick Gavin Newsom, Michelle Obama. They're gonna find another person. There's reports coming out now that they're actually gonna run Kamala.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
And it's like, oh, see, you want to lose.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you actually want? Okay. If you want 4 more years of Trump, put Kamala up there.
Exactly.
See how well that works out.
I think they're kind of going to lose. They're at a loss unless Newsom kind of gets in there. Because Newsom, I feel like he's political.
Yeah, a winning ticket is Michelle Obama and Gavin Newsom, and you could switch them out, vice president, whatever. That's a winning ticket.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, dude.
I don't think they would win. I think they're going to do a lot better than anybody else.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
I think Trump's a lock.
I think before the debate, it was a win.
Yeah.
Post-debate. Because now it's like, oh, the Democrats have to come out. Well, I mean, no matter what they decide to do, unless they run Biden again, they have to come out as liars. Yeah. So then, I mean, how many? I mean, the social media team for Trump has got to be working overtime, just putting out, okay, what if they run this person? What if they run that person? What if they do this? What if they do that? And it's like, how they can spin that so many different ways, but it all just bottlenecks into they're liars. Yeah, they're liars because because the funny did you watch like the debate live? Yeah. Did you stick around for when the media was talking about it afterwards, like the correspondence or whatever?
I kind of turned it off, but I saw the highlights on for freaking meme pages on Instagram. Yeah.
So immediately after, because as they were like turning out, like as the debate was ending or it ended, and they're like, "Oh, thank you for watching the CNN. Here's this, here's that." They were like, and now stick around because we're gonna have immediate reaction from like Anderson Cooper and all these other jackasses. And I was like, that's gonna be better than the debate. That's gonna be better. Yeah, because it's one of two things. It will either be Mr. Biden had such a great night tonight. He was so composed and he didn't yell and he didn't try to speak over Donald Trump and he didn't lie and Donald Trump lied so much more. Or it was gonna be what actually happened. Yep, and it was. He really fumbled this one. They had their own like fact checkers going against Biden. Like, here's where he lied. Here's where he did this. Here's where he did that. I think in real time. No, it was during the debate. Biden said something about the Border Patrol supporting him. Yeah, and then 30 seconds later, the official Twitter page for the Border Patrol was like, no. Yep.
Like, we do not support Biden. We never have and never will. You know, I was like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah. I was like, wow. What? And I will say this, because I'm not. If I had to choose only between Biden and Trump, of course I would choose Trump. Yeah. But I'm not a big Trump guy. What I will say, credit where it's due, is Trump could have just imagine if you had gotten 2015 Trump on that debate.
Yeah, it'd been terrible.
Where it was like
a bloodbath.
Where it was just like, you know what, this is your first time getting into office. You're still trying to build a fan base. Because you have like what eventually would be the MAGA movement, but you don't have like a true like, you don't have like this whole section of like true believers yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you would have gotten that guy and that whole line he did like an hour into it, where he was like, I don't even understand what he just said, and he doesn't understand what he said. Yeah. That would have been in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Trump did pretty good on like relaxing a little bit, you know, like toning it back. Like I still think he needs to watch his tongue a little bit and be a little bit more poised as the president. But at the same time, like that's what a lot of people like about him, because he's kind of loose.
Did you see that video of him in the golf cart?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, that fucking guy. No, what did he say? He goes, it was so bad. And he says a couple of things. He goes, that guy is so fucking bad.
Yeah. It was like, so bad.
Well, I love that. Because there wasn't the Trump inflection, A. And B, he was speaking like 90% of America. And sure, he's got millions and billions of dollars. He's on a world-class golf course in probably a golf cart that costs more than half this house. Yeah. Like, you know, there's all of that. But strip that away for a moment. He started speaking like a regular American. It was like, that guy's so fucking bad. Yeah. Like, he couldn't finish a sentence. Yeah. He's so fucking bad. And then, I haven't seen the whole thing. I've just seen, like, clips of it. Biden turns around and he does an interview with Stephanopoulos. Did you watch that
the next day, I think,
it was like it was like a 22-minute interview. He fumbled the first sentence in the interview. God, dude. And it's like, what? So anyway, back to my point is they have to come out as liars one way or another. And I think pre-debate, Obama Newsom wins. Either way you spin that. But post-debate, I just think that because it's the Democratic Party, like, I don't think, what do you do? Yeah. You know what I mean? I try to, I don't.
Scrambling, dude.
I don't want them to win, but I try to play like devil's advocate, and I look through their point of view. It's like, well, what? I don't know how you spin any of that, because now you can't spin it as, because it used to be, you know, oh, they could come out and be like, either have Biden say this or have representatives say this. His wife says this. He's like, you know what? After 47 years of, you know, decorated service to our nation, President Biden has decided he's going to for the betterment of the country. Now, but
With dignity.
Yeah, with dignity.
A little bit,
right?
Yeah.
He's a horrible person, and he deserves everything that's happening to him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he deserves every bit of mental decline that's happening to that guy. If you just look at his record for longer than 10 minutes, it's like, oh yeah, he's a piece of shit human being that actually kind of hates minorities. But whatever, we're gonna put that aside, I guess. You know what I mean? Like for real. But now it's like there is no dignity, and there is no like real way out. It's just this try to beat try.
Yeah.
Because remember, like the narrative for the primary debates for the Republicans was, okay, this whole lineup of people, they're fighting for second place.
Yeah.
That narrative, as far as I'm concerned, can be stapled onto the Democratic Party now.
Yep.
Is who's gonna lose to Trump?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think I understand the reasoning by pulling Biden, but you're just setting somebody else up to fail. I mean, just let Biden fail, let him ride it out, and then get next term to have somebody.
Well, I think that's what they did in that.
Have a losing record, you know.
Well, I think that's what they did in that debate, dude.
Yeah.
Is they it was very obvious that like whatever cocktail of medicines and drugs that they clearly gave him for the State of the Union is not what they gave him for the debate.
Yeah.
I personally think they just hung him out. I think that's a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think
not the robotic Biden. That's the real one.
Yeah.
That they threw up there.
I think they hung him out to dry.
Yeah.
And then for some reason had no real plan. Because you would think that now they'd have a plan for that. You know what I mean? Like I refuse to believe that people at that level of power are that stupid where they're like, oh no, he's going to do great. Oh no, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
He's gonna make it. Like, and then, not that it's a fear of mine, but like I think it's a guarantee. If they run Biden and he loses, I think he has 6 months after the loss before he dies. No, like real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The amount of like,
bad, dude.
the amount of like, well, he's looking horrible now, but then you add the extra stress of I lost.
Yeah.
This, and that, and you gotta think like, if his brain even works properly enough, the amount of betrayal from his family, and I'm not talking about the crack addicts, like the real, like his wife, people around him, his friends, colleagues, that are clearly just putting this dead corpse, like they're stringing it up by the rafters.
They're setting him up to lose. They're setting him up to die and cutting ties.
Like, just because you want to stay in power, could you, like...
It's ridiculous.
Because you're 26, 27?
Yeah.
Say 50 years down the line, and in between that time, your lady's gotten a real, I want to be a politician. She makes it to president.
Yeah.
But she's starting to lose it.
Yeah.
You knew who this woman was when you felt it was assumed they fell in love, the Bidens, right?
Yeah.
You knew who this person was. You've seen them at their best.
Yep.
Now they're at their worst because you're so sick for power that you're like, no, this is our president. I want to stay here, so vote for this corpse.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's what they're saying a lot about Jill Biden too. They're
just
like
love.
she got used to the limelight. She got used to this lifestyle,
Well, what was the moment that they picked Biden as the nominee? What was it? It wasn't Jill Biden. It was Dr. Biden.
Yeah.
Dr. whatever, right? It's like, no, ease up on that.
Yeah,
no. She just happened to be there.
Yeah.
She just happened to be. At least Michelle Obama, God bless her. At least she was honest about it. She, like, without saying it outright, she just found that presidential dick and rode it all the way to the White House.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's
well,
we'll see.
I don't know if she's a she, but
have you seen those those pictures?
Where's
Where's Obama standing next to a dude from back in like the 80s that looks exactly like Michelle? He looks exactly like Michelle.
Dude, I could buy it, dude. What's that girl? Is it it's not Whoopi Goldberg. Who's it was some other girl, and then she ended up dying after she was like she's like, well, Michelle Obama's a tranny. Like she said that, and then she died.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Get Jamie to look it up, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah, look it up.
Okay,
look it up
so what am I looking up?
It's look up like woman calls Michelle Obama a tranny. She's like I'm pretty sure she died after. Maybe I'm thinking too many conspiracy theories.
I got a lot of things about Joan Rivers.
Yeah. Joan Rivers.
She's not dead though.
Oh, she's not?
Wait, is Joan Rivers dead?
I don't know.
Oh, she might be dead. Oh, she is dead.
There you go.
If Joan Rivers is the one that called that out, that's hilarious. Well, did you see? Okay, so do you watch Kill Tony at all? So do you know what Kill Tony is?
No.
So it's it's technically a podcast, but it is a podcast, but it's like the biggest stand-up comedy show in the world.
Okay.
And it's ran by Tony Hinchcliffe, and basically what they do is they have comedians on as guests, and the whole gimmick is that people sign up to be on the show. They randomly get pulled out of a bucket. They do 60 minutes. They get interviewed and they move on, right?
Yeah.
Like 200 people sign up a week to try it, right?
Yeah.
So one episode, about 30 minutes into it, they bring out Tucker Carlson as a surprise guest. Okay. It's Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, and the original guest was Jim Norton. So they're all sitting there, they go through the whole show, and the last comedian, one of the regulars, his name's William Montgomery, he comes out, he does his set, they're doing the interview, whatever. And he's standing there and he goes, Tucker, I have to ask you in all seriousness, did that guy really suck Obama's dick? And Tucker's sitting there and goes, well, I have the answer, and well, yes, he did. He told me off camera. Yes, that 100% happened. And he's like confirming. And Rogan's sitting there like,
yikes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. We're in a fucked up spot. Did that, everything that's going on politically right now, was that a big or any kind of reason why you got out?
Not really. I mean, maybe a little bit, just with like the lack of, because if I stayed in the military, I wanted to do like other things. Like I'd have definitely got out of our unit and went and did other stuff. But mainly just life, dude. I mean, I was not making any money there. Like it took up 2 months during the summer and a bunch of shitty weekends, and you know, and I actually really enjoyed it when I was in, but like towards the end, I started to become a little bit salty with everything, because I was like, okay, I have a real job, I'm making good money, now I have a wife to support, and now she's just chilling at home when I'm out here. Not that I was like messing around, just hanging out with the boys, but basically,
I mean, you know, that's really what it was.
But it just bugged me when we were just like sitting there. Yeah. It was like, oh, like, can I go home? Like, what's the deal here? But I hate to talk negative about it, because I really did enjoy it, and I'm like a patriot at heart, and I wish that I would have had a better experience, but I just didn't. You know? Well,
and it's sad, but I think we're entering a time in our country where you can be a patriot and not support the military.
Yeah.
You can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just with everything that's going on right now, with how our military is being ran, what we're accepting and what we're doing. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just framed that question that way because that was a huge reason why I got out.
Yeah.
I just saw what was going on, and I saw like, and it's not even Democrat or Republican.
No.
You know, it's just like, okay, well, how's the government supporting or not supporting the military? What are we actually doing overseas? What are we getting? And I hate to phrase it this way because I don't think people that join the military are idiots. I don't at all.
Yeah.
However, the more I started to read and actually like look into why we're doing things and like why the war on terror started and like why we started doing this, and I was like, oh, no, this was never about freedom. This was never about helping people. At like the smaller levels, it probably was, because it was, and even then, it wasn't even we're going out there to help people. It was, no, we're going out there to do what the powers that be want us to do. Yeah. But in the meantime, we can find ways to really benefit people's lives. And America does great things for people over around the world.
Yeah.
But the motives behind it, the reasons behind it, and
I mean, you look at the Ukraine war right now.
Yeah.
So much money just getting pumped into there for no reason
whatsoever. It was funny. I was at a mic last night, and we looked it up. As of the beginning of May, and we've signed 3 bills since. Beginning of May, it was $175 million. No, 175 billion.
Yeah, with the B. Okay.
Yeah, $175 billion, and 104 billion of that has gone directly to the Ukrainian government.
Yeah,
and that's paying for pensions, salaries, fucking expenditures.
You name it.
You know,
the thing that I like, why is this money going overseas, and why couldn't it just get funneled into
why
the U.S.? I know exactly why, but I'm just like playing devil's advocate here. Like, okay, how much could $200 billion affect the United States? How positively could that affect? I mean, how many? I think we're trillions in debt now. Yeah. People are starving to death. We're letting immigrants in, aliens, whatever. What's the PC word these days? Anyways.
No, our borders are open.
It's a disaster.
Like, you have reporters going down to the border.
It's a disaster.
And they watch people come in.
Yeah.
And they don't do anything about it because, again, they're reporters. But they're just, like, watching people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then what's crazy to me is, like, especially up in, like New York and shit. And in California, they'll let people in. They've jailed him or whatever. They're like, oh, all right, you have a court date. Like, I saw reports where it was like straight up, all right, your court date is in 4 years. Come back for it.
Yeah, go have fun.
You mean when there's a new president?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. One more thing that I want to say about the Army. During COVID, now that we're kind of talking all this stuff, but during COVID, our leadership, I don't know if you remember this, but our leadership.
Oh, I remember all of it. Oh, no, like, don't think I don't forget anything that happened.
Yeah, they're like, like, you guys don't have to get it. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. If they push it down, we're gonna take a stand and not do it. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. Sweet. America, I'm like, all right. So month rolls by. We meet up next drill. Everything's chill. Things getting a little weird. People are like asking questions. Like, it's kind of the gray zone. I'm like, all right, what's going on? The next month comes back. All right, guys, everyone needs their vaccinations, or DOD says we're gonna kick you out, or upper brass says we're kicking you out.
Can I pause you?
Go.
Okay, because I want you to continue, but I just want to define what kick you out means.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they just sign a pay, because people thought, and understandably so, because people don't really understand, like, not just how the military works, but how, like, the government works, how long things take, until, like, you actually have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So people that say, oh, yeah, you just get kicked out of the military. Like, or it's like, oh, you just get your honorable discharge and move on with your life. No. What they told us was, like, if you do not get this COVID vaccine, you are going to you're going to get a less than honorable discharge.
Yeah.
Which it's not a dishonorable, like, you have to fucking, like, straight up murder people and, like, go on a raping spree and, like, burn down an orphanage. Like, you have to do so many things to get a dishonorable these days. Like, it's because it's the equivalent of a felony. Like, and then you actually spend time in Leavenworth. Like, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's a less than honorable discharge, which is a step above that. So you get a less than honorable. You get a thing called a GOMAR, which basically means that you're commanding general. And to put this in perspective for people, imagine you are a Amazon $15 an hour warehouse employee. If you get in trouble with this, the, like, 2 steps down from Bezos has to go out of his or her way to reprimand you.
Yeah.
And that's like a million steps up the ladder anyway.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's a pretty fair
exactly.
analogy. So you get that, where it's basically blacklisting you while you're in the military. It basically means, like, you're never going to get fucking promoted.
Yeah.
Like, unless your unit, because this is how cliquey the military is, at least how it was for us, unless your whole unit gets, like, a fucking change. Because if you just go to a new unit with a GOMAR, they see you as a shitbag anyway, and then they just kind of dismiss you.
Yeah.
So you're like, your whole unit's leadership has to change around. You have to prove to them that you're worth a shit or whatever the fuck. So you get this letter of reprimand from a general saying that you're a shitbag. You lose all of your benefits. All of your benefits. You lose your retirement you've been building up. You lose your VA home loan. You lose your post 9/11 GI Bill. You lose everything. And while they're still out processing you, because they're not going to do it immediately, they're going to take months to out process you. While they're out processing you, you're going to get no pay for drill, but you're still expected to show up until magically you weren't expected to show up. We'll get to that later, I'm sure. Yeah. So while you're showing to drill, you're going to drill for free. You can't use any school assistance at all. Well, they cut the funding anyway, so who gives a shit? But so you can't use that. Benefits. You can't, just, this is kind of the minutia of it, but you can't, like, New Mexico National Guard gets free vehicle registration or whatever, so you can't get basically any benefit of being a soldier in the Army that isn't saying you're a soldier in the Army, you lose it.
Yeah.
But you're still expected to show up and do this. And then you get a complete reduction in rank back to E2.
Yeah.
So that's what he means when he says they'll kick you out of the Army. And that whole process,
it's months.
It takes
maybe a year.
Up to a year.
Yeah.
But so then,
yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So we basically show back up, and they're like, "All right, you need your vaccinations, or you're getting kicked out." Basically, you know, I'm summarizing here, and so I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna get it. Like, I signed on the dotted line. I knew what I was gonna get immunized for. I knew I was gonna get shots at boot camp, and now this is like new. I'm like, I don't give two shits about this, you know, and so I'm taking a stand, right? And then all my I'll say some of my leadership, they're walking around the halls with their tails tucked between their legs, and
no, all of them were.
They're nice and sad because now they're going back on their word because they were like, well, we're going to take a stand now.
No, even the ones that I know, I'll say this, even the ones that I liked,
yeah,
folded. And but that's not a negative thing.
No,
it's just a fact because those guys have been in the military, and it's such an ugly. It's one thing for guys like us.
Yeah.
We only did 6 years, E4, E5, didn't make it that high. Just kind of, we said we did it, move on, whatever. We're waiting on our honorable discharge right now. Like, it's not too bad for us.
It's their livelihood.
But for those guys,
they've been in for 20 years.
They've been, 15, 17, 20, 25 years. They're like leadership experienced guys. They have pensions now. Yeah. They have a full-time job that is paying them buku bucks. So they're they've put all of their eggs in one basket. And now...
yeah. Now they got to get a shot to keep it all.
And what people have to realize, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but people have to realize it's not just getting a medicine. It's not just getting the flu shot. It's the principle of it.
Yeah.
Hey, like you're already asking us to go die somewhere. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, but like you're already asking us to go die somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's the principle of like, hey, look, all the research behind it, like, there was 20 years of this and 20 years of that, and all, okay, like that's there, and I'm not discrediting that. But one of the benefits of being an American is you get to say no. And I get that you lose a lot of rights and you lose a lot of your individual liberties being in the military. But especially for like people like us that were in, it was like there's something in my gut that's telling me don't do this.
Yeah.
I would really like to follow that gut feeling.
Yep.
And just to be transparent about it, you were one of the smart ones, and you actually figured out the exemption, right?
Yeah, I did a religious exemption.
Okay, yeah, and this is another thing that really pissed me off. Because I'll be honest, man, when I got back, it was like during the pandemic, from deployment, was like during the pandemic and all this kind of stuff, and then it spooked me a little bit. I was like, oh, shit.
Dude.
I was like, oh, shit, like, what's going on? Is this happening? This is happening? Like, oh, my God. And I got my buddies who are, like, EMTs and firefighters and telling me this. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And I'm not going to out people. I know they kind of listen to this podcast every now and again. But there were people in my life that were taking this extremely seriously. And I was like, okay, well, I know it's not that bad, but it might be a couple steps lower than that. And, like, so what do I do? And they didn't start even speaking about religious exemptions until way after the first started waving in, hey, can we get your shot? And I got my shot because I was like, you know what? Especially with like the standing that I was in with those fucking jackasses.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what?
Yeah, don't rock the boat.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to play nice. I have a year and a half left.
Yep.
Just let me do my thing and get the fuck, or 2.5 years left. Just let me do my thing, get the fuck out of here. I'm not trying to get any more shit on me and this, that, and the other. And I was like, man, this COVID thing might be a real thing. And my lungs got all fucked up overseas. Like, they're still kind of jacked up a little bit. Like, I can feel it. Does it help that I smoke? Probably not. But even before I started smoking weed, like, while I was in the military, I was just like, my lungs are already fucked up. What if this becomes a thing? Like, it's like, all right, fuck.
No, it was scary, dude. I mean, like, it was
like,
we've never seen anything.
No,
like that
I'm not above I'm not above admitting that propaganda worked on me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it worked.
Yeah.
But now I know that I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it didn't. like I've been radicalized. You know what I mean? like that's where I'm at now, where it's like, okay, now I know. Like that's how that works. I see the step-by-step program.
Yep.
But okay, so do you want to talk about what happened after they mandated the vaccine?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
What happened? Yeah, they mandated it. Let's see. So I'm
Specifically when people started saying no.
Yeah, so I'm in the religious exemption boat, right? So this happened maybe over like 2 or 3 months, where it just progressively got like worse and worse, right?
Did you get any pushback for that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was like, which again,
do
I
you
feel like
want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What did you experience getting pushback for that?
Yeah. So basically, what happened was so in the military, right? For those people that don't know, you get segregated for everything. So it's like, and not segregated in like a racial profiling way, but just like you get pushed into different groups. So like we're getting in a mass formation, and they're like, all right, these 3 people step out of line and stand over here, and then like this is just an example. They're like, okay, you have a drug screening, like you're gonna have to go do a drug test. Everybody else get back to work, stuff like that. So we're in mass formation, and they're like, all right, everybody hold up your vaccination cards. Like,
this is a real thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Like this was every time we were in a formation.
Yeah.
Even if it was the middle of the day.
Yeah.
It was holy. Yeah. Looking back on it, dude, that's dystopian as fuck.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. So I'm like, okay, well, obviously I elected not to get it, and I'm getting a bunch of shit, from all the from the boys or from the higher up. They're like, just get it, it's not even bad. It's what you signed up for the military.
Wait. Some of the boys were giving you shit?
Yeah, just like kind of joking. But
Oh,
not
okay.
Like actual like.
Oh, right. They didn't mean it. Okay,
like
good.
Banter.
Okay, good.
Like,
Okay, good.
Dude, come on. You think you're better than us?
Oh,
yeah. like that kind of stuff. So we're like, people are like holding up their vaccination cards. They're getting identified. Okay, they're in one formation. Okay, then now these guys don't have to wear masks. I'm like, all right, like, cool. That's science, I guess.
No, let's dig into that a little bit. Let's pause there for a little bit. No, let's dig into that. The incentive structures at the time were stupid.
Yeah.
The incentive structures were stupid. I mean, the policing around it in general was stupid. Masks alone.
Yeah.
I remember there was a...
Dude, let me stop you there because I got one. Okay, so literally patient 0, I'll say patient 0 for the New Mexico National Guard. We were on drill. I think you guys were still deployed. We're going to Camel Tracks. We're going to Santa Fe, whatever. And we're driving up there, and it's like, it's COVID, and people don't really know what's going on. And we're driving up, and somebody gets a phone call. I won't say his name, but higher up, super favorite NCO ever. Shorter guy, doesn't give a F about anything, okay? And he's like, he gets a phone call. He's like, what? You kidding me? And he like turns around, and we're in this bus. We ride the short buses, but we're in this bus. We're the rear detachment. Why these guys are heroes in Africa.
I can just picture him.
Yeah. He's like, what? And so he's like, all right, okay. So he calls this soldier out. He's in the back of the bus, and he's like, hey, does your mom have COVID? And he's like, yes, Sergeant. He's like, and you went to go see your mom this morning? Yeah, I wanted to touch base, see if she's okay. Valid point. Like maybe she was dying. I don't know.
Right.
Like that's a solid son in my opinion. And he's like, okay, well, you just fucked us all. And he's like, pull the bus over. So he's like talking to the civvy like bus driver. We pull over on like the side of the highway. He gets out. We basically wrap this kid up in like a blanket and throw him in the back, and everybody else is like, I don't know if 6 feet was a deal back then, but we were like, he was in the back of the bus, like wrapped in like sheets, and we were in the front of the bus like chilling. And I remember I have a video on Snapchat of me like with like a long sleeve over my face. Like that was like literally the first time this popped off at drill. And we got back, and then they like separated us, and they're like, all right, you're probably fine. You weren't that close to him. Maybe
that's what kills me. It was like, it was just shooting from the hip at the time.
Ridiculous,
it was because I remember like...
It was ridiculous.
I remember being back there, or like being like when it was all happening, being like years ago, and it being like, yeah, okay, who's in close proximity to this person that had COVID? Like months later, obviously, like months and months and months later. Like, were you closer? Did you just go drinking last night? Did you guys do this? Did you guys do that? Like what? And it was all like, just ad-libbing science.
Like you didn't want to show up one day. Yeah, Sergeant, my sister has.
I sucked an asshole at knockouts, and the lady said she had COVID.
Yeah, I don't even have a sister. I think I have COVID. I have a fever. They're like, all right, send me a picture of like a thermometer. You're like, put it in your armpit, like send it. They're like, oh yeah, all right, you're good. You're like, what? Wild. So back to what we were talking about.
Oh my god, no. Okay, the incentive structures.
Yeah.
Globally, it was dumb. I want to keep it towards like what we experienced, but globally, it was dumb because you saw the stuff where it was like, oh yeah, you know, if you get your jab, you can get a fucking free dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts. It's like wait.
Visa card.
So you're telling me, and that was the crazy thing. Was like in some states it was like a dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts, and in the other states it was like $500. And it was like, yo,
like, can I get two?
Yeah, so it was like, wait a minute. So if I get my jab in Arizona, I'm not saying Arizona did this, but like if I go to Arizona, I get donuts. But if I go to Indiana, I get $1,000. Wait a minute. I still profit. I just spend money on my travel, but you know, with the $700 I got left over, I can get all the Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, dude.
It was so, and then it was like, well, remember when, I don't know if you saw, I'm sure you did, but there was that congressional hearing where the guy, I forget what state he was from, but they were talking about how they had like the incentive for cheeseburgers, and he had a cheeseburger and fries on his, like in front of his mic, like, don't you guys want to taste? Did you see that?
No.
Oh my god, dude! It was okay. Let me find it. Let me see. COVID, vaccine, cheeseburger. It has to. I mean, dude, it was. Yeah. Here we go.
We need everyone to get.
Let me find it. I'm scrolling. Okay, yeah, here we go.
Stupid, dude.
Thank you. We are so excited. We love this city. We live here too. And we're going to get back. Get your vax, get your shack,
The sign
and let's
language guy.
gather up as a community. You're going to help us out. And did you say free fries when you get vaccinated?
No way, dude.
I got vaccinated.
This is an SNL skit.
You're saying I could get these delicious fries?
Dude, how backwards is this?
But there's also a burger element to this.
A burger element?
Let me check with Bill Neathart. Is it too early in the day to eat a burger? No. This could be breakfast? Okay. I want you to look at this and think about, again, some people love hamburgers, some don't. Really want to respect all ways of life. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination.
No way, dude. Vax inside of fries? That's so dumb, dude. Yeah, seriously. The incentive structure.
So first of all, the disrespect to say that a cheeseburgers have been on the breakfast menu since Pulp Fiction came out. First of all, that's just get that out of the fucking way. Cheeseburger for breakfast with an egg in it. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Get the first of all. Second of all, that was the incentive structures, dude. I want to take a sidebar real quick. One of my favorite memories when I was a little kid going to your house. I don't know if you remember this or not. We were in like middle school. We were in like 7th grade maybe.
Yeah.
Your mom we had come over, we hung out, whatever, spent the night. What I didn't know was the next morning your mom was going to expect some yard work out of me.
Oh, God.
So we were like helping, like you guys were like doing something with your tree. Or something like cutting shit up and like
Pretty typical.
Yeah, I just remember like having to move big bundles of sticks, and I wasn't prepared for this. Like I didn't bring the right clothes for it. It's just like in October, okay,
kind of cold.
Yeah, it was cold as shit because you live down in like there's like the South Valley, and then there's like the South Valley plus ranch. You guys lived on like Mexican ranch land. So I remember freezing my fucking balls off.
Yeah.
We're moving sticks left and right. And this is like around 10:30 in the morning. And your dad, hey, we got, because it was like me, you, your cousins, whatever.
Yeah.
And we got you guys burgers. I'm like, sounds good. So we were sitting down. My lips are so fucking chapped. that I can't even open my mouth all the way to eat the fucking burger.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that SpongeBob where Squidward?
Yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
like trying to just take a little. Yeah, that's how I felt. It's like,
Yeah.
like trying to eat a fucking. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember that.
That's pretty funny.
That's funny as shit.
Dude, we were a yard work family, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, this is very true, and that builds character. No, I needed some of that in my life.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, incentive structures.
Yeah.
Bullshit. First of all, at a global scale, like that's.
Yeah.
And if you remember, like during that time, it was him, De Blasio, and
Fauci.
no, not the other the fucking. He's like a mayor or the governor out in New York. His brother just did a debate with fucking Dave Smith. It was what was it? He's this fuck. No. He's this. Let's see. He's this like Italian fucking guy. Debate PBD. I'll be able to find it.
Patrick Bet David.
Yeah, he's the shit. Cuomo. So Chris Cuomo's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Governor Cuomo or Mayor
Yeah.
Cuomo, whatever. Him and De Blasio were like the guys where it's like, oh shit, like these are the guys like leading COVID, they're gonna do really well, and then like that shit comes out. So globally speaking, nationally speaking, stupid,
Yeah.
very dumb. But then we kind of zeroed into New Mexico and how it was here, like, or at least for us in the Guard, it was like, yeah, if you get your jab, you don't have to wear a mask anymore.
Yeah.
And do you remember how hard they were pushing that?
Oh yeah.
Where it was like, you have to wear a mask,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, it was like if you didn't get your jab, they were like it was like almost high school where like the bullies were grabbing kids and shoving them like in a locker. It's like, you don't wear your mask. Like, come the fuck on, dude.
I got into some tiffs. I was like, are you guys kidding me? I think I remember one time where I was talking to some of our leadership and I was like, you guys are joking, right? It's like, is this a joke or are you guys being serious? It's like, you guys are going to stand there and tell me what to do, a grown-ass man, you know?
Well, because it's one thing if it's like, you know, they're giving you like the term lawful order has such a broad definition. And I get that they were just doing their jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
But on the other hand, it's like, do you not? And that's the other thing. And
that's the thing. I was like, you guys know you're wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, you know you're wrong and you're trying to punish me to do whatever you want. And I was like, I understand. I was like, it's not a personal thing, but you guys know you're wrong, and this is a gray area.
Well, because it was like,
you know,
and that's another reason I got out of the military. It's like the people above me are so brainwashed into do everything these people say no matter what. Where it's like, and I'm not. This is a horrible comparison. I'm going to make it anyway. It's like, you know, I'm only doing my job. I'll put it that way. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
How well has that worked ever? And read a history book.
Yeah.
how well has that ever worked?
Yeah.
Like, we were just doing our jobs.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, well, okay.
Yeah, let's not use our brains. It's just
But anyway, but do you remember what kept happening when people were like denying the vaccine as that continued?
Yeah, so basically from my point of view, so I remember going into a room and they had separated the people that were on the fence. So they're like, all right, who's on the fence about getting this? People showed up. Okay. So then they're giving us this lecture. Okay. I don't know if you were involved at this point.
Nah, I got jabbed already at that point.
So they're giving us this lecture and they're like, all right, you know, these are the benefits of this. This is the science behind it. Honestly, like, hey, it was a good, like, meaningful. It was a good little meeting, good little like hangout sesh with the boys. Okay?
I thought it was no. I went to one of those. I take that back.
Yeah.
I went to the initial one.
Yeah.
Because what was hilarious to me about it was the PowerPoint was like a mixture of scientific evidence, but broken down for retards.
Yes, dude.
And then the people giving the presentation were also retarded. You know what I mean?
I'm
like God bless
dude.
them. But everybody's like, okay, yeah, listen, guys. So like, look, there's something called a spike protein, and I guess it fucks it up, and the vaccine helps the protein do its thing.
They don't know what they're talking about.
They clearly
Everyone's confused.
Like even the cool ones, like did not have a lick of an idea of what the fuck they were talking about.
Yep. So it was a nice presentation. Okay, this happened maybe like I would say like 2 months in a row. The second
Yeah.
month, it was like same song and dance. And they're like, okay, then there was like this hard shift. Okay. Presentation ended. They took questions. Okay. And then they're like, all right, so, okay, honestly, guys, this is what's going to happen. You're a yes or you're a no right now. So if you guys are going to deny this and you don't have a reason for it, you're just going to deny it, you're going to get kicked out. And we're going to start your out processing today. Like now it's like threats, okay? Because we don't know what's going on, but we're just like, we're taking dad's advice for it, you know.
Well, and you brought up a good point earlier. We had never seen something like you and I, like people in the moment had never experienced something like this. We're still in our mid to early 20s.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck do we do? Like these people are supposed to have our best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And they are supposed to be the ones, like the whole point of having leadership at the company level is they're supposed to be like a diffuser, right? Yeah. They are the diffuser of like, okay, here's what's coming down. How does it apply to us and how does it benefit us? And if it doesn't benefit us, they are supposed to push back up and be like, hey, that's not a good fucking idea. Yeah. Case in point, right? The best way I've ever heard explained was by Martinez and Cunningham. The best way I've ever heard it explained by America's military is the best. And he goes, listen, both of them like, look, the Chinese military, they tell you to go take that hill, and you say, no, we're going to die. Guess what they do? They kill your leader, put somebody else in, you go take that hill, and you get bombed anyway. American military is you get told, hey, go take that hill. Your leadership goes, hey, we go to that hill, we're going to get bombed. That upper leadership should be like, oh, well, we need to rethink our plan.
Yeah.
It's not just a downward motion system. It's supposed to be an upward motion leadership system where it's like, this is what we know, but you are the guys on the ground. How does this work?
Yeah.
How does this gel? Are you prepared for this? Can you take this? Is this a good idea?
Yeah.
But it's like all of that went out the window in 2020. All of it went out the window.
Yeah. There was no pushback. There was no logic. Yeah, so basically they're like, all right, so 3 groups basically got moved down into 2 groups. They're like, all right, if you guys are not going to take it, you're going to get kicked out of the military. So all the people that were just like wanting to fight it a little bit got a reality check because they knew that these guys were serious, and they're like, all right, well, I'll just get it, you know. So we had a group of like 30 people, I want to say 30 people to start with. Once they gave us that reality check, moved down to like 15, like literally half of the people left. They're like, I'm gonna just get it, whatever. My career is more important than getting kicked out or taking a stand or whatever. Which, you know, like my wife sat in the Costco parking lot and cried because she just worked her ass off for 4 years to get a nursing degree, and she was going to basically not be able to work if she didn't get it. So I understand it. Like my family are going to lose, they're going to get kicked out of their jobs that they've been working at for 30 years.
Well, and look,
20 years, you know.
I'm the furthest thing from somebody with a nursing degree. Okay, like I am the furthest thing from it. But I remember talking to my friends that are nurses. Yeah. And talking to them, but both male and female, just talking to them about it and just being like, hey, on the surface, I understand why you guys are getting, or like why the public is getting told the healthcare workers need the vaccines first. I understand that. But like, if this really is so close, because also it was like, you need to also think about it like, well, how much information do we have at the time? How much do we know about the virus, all that kind of stuff? Yeah. Which were kind of contradictory emotions, because it's like, okay, well, how do we know so much about the vaccine? We don't know this much about the virus. Yeah. When in history ever have we known more about the solution than the problem? Yeah. When is that ever gelled, right? But I was like, okay, all of you guys that work in a hospital have been exposed to COVID. All of you. Mm-hmm. So that means you've either gotten sick and beaten it, or you've had it in your system, didn't get sick. Now you've still beaten it, technically, right? And you have natural immunity. When has natural immunity ever been worse than a vaccine?
Yeah, exactly.
When?
Yeah.
And none of them were able to tell me this way or the other.
Yeah.
Even the ones that were pro-vaccine were like, yeah, you're correct. Yep. And I was like, okay, so therefore, what? Right? So I fucking, just to make a point, I felt bad, like genuinely.
It's terrible, man.
Like bad for people like in your wife's position. Like that's crazy.
They were having to make a decision that was literally affecting their livelihood, the rest of their careers, because now it's an ultimatum. You know, take it or get lost. See ya, or replace you. Which, in the long run, Maddie quit her job like 2 weeks ago, so whatever. Anyways, so back to the Army. Right?
That means he's rich, people.
Yeah, I wish.
That means he retired his wife.
So we're sitting in this room. It gets shuffled down from 30 people to 15, just round numbers here. And so then it's like I'm going to deny getting the vaccine completely. I don't have a reason. I just think it's wrong. You know, these types of people that were in there. Okay. And then you had the religious exemption people. Okay. And religious exemption people, we had to get on a phone call with a chaplain, right? That's what they call them in the Army. We had to get on a phone call with the chaplain and just be like, hey, this is what I believe in. Don't think it's right for me to be getting this vaccine. Like, I don't support it. This is why. And the chaplain was basically like, this is what happened in my circumstance. He's like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you're good to go. And that's it. Hangs up. Okay?
And you know what's bullshit about that? I haven't thought about this in a long time. Your brain, that's how I know your brain locks away memories. Dude, I spoke to a chaplain initially.
Yeah.
Like when I heard about the COVID vaccine. And I was like, hey, I've heard like they're like, you know.
They're using fetus.
I just heard that like they're doing, like they're going to force this thing. Do you think there would ever, because I didn't, again, at this point, I didn't know about a religious exemption, none of that. Yeah. And I was like, do you think it's even going to be a thing to do that? Like, would that ever be an option? And he was like, no, never. And I was like, nah, I'll go fuck myself then. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, so basically it was like, so at that point, I was in...
What was your religious exemption?
What was it? Like, reasoning?
Yeah.
So basically, to tell you the truth, I used my best friend's sister's one that she used for her job. And it had all the same stuff that I was like, yeah, it sounds good. And put my name on it and sent it in, basically. But basically what it said was like, you know, I want to be a good steward of my body. You know, it says in the Bible that we're supposed to be good stewards of what we are given by God. And I was like, I don't think this is good stewardship of my body if I'm just putting... If God wanted me to die, he'd probably kill me, you know? And if COVID's going to take me out, then COVID's going to take me out.
And they accepted that?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and then you throw in like, well, on some of the vaccines, they're using like fetus DNA or whatever, the mRNA. I don't know what the terms are anymore. It's in the back of the brain, you know? And it was good. Okay, like it was a solid, like, and I actually kind of, I believe that, you know, like I was just like, you know, if God wants to take me out, it's my time. You know,
yeah.
If it's COVID.
No, I'm in the same boat. Yeah.
But anyway, so the chaplain's like, all right, you're good. So then I'm just in the gray area. Now I'm not wearing a mask just because that's what I feel like doing. Nobody's asking me questions. But then on the flip side of things, the people that just straight up denied it didn't have a religious exemption or chose not to do the religious exemption, which I kind of wish I would have gone that route, but I kind of like the Army. So I was like, you know, I'm going to chill. These people just got like excommunicated. Once they said no, they got these GOMARs. They had to go in front of these people, higher ups, and basically just get shit talked and excommunicated from our unit. Everybody talked shit about them, just kind of for fun. But everybody respected them, you know? And
that's what made me lose all respect for our leadership. The lower enlisted guys were like, damn, like they actually stuck to their guns.
Yeah.
Like, damn, like whatever happens to them, but like I respect the shit out of that. But the higher ups, they were talking shit with their chest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were like, nah, these guys are fucking idiots. What they threw away this, they threw away that, they did this, that, and the other, off of what your personal beliefs. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And even the ones that I liked did that, and I was like, yo, oh, so that's what's really inside you right now.
I'm like, how good is your life there, Sarn?
Yeah.
You're on your second wife. You know, you're making 60 grand, you're 50. Yeah, and that sounds like I don't want to be an asshole, but you know, like some of these guys, their lives aren't picturesque.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're talking shit about somebody just taking a stand and like,
yeah,
not wanting to be involved.
And
really.
we were in an infantry unit, so half their wives are fat as fuck.
Okay, I won't go there, but
am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I plead the fifth here. But another thing that I wanted to bring up was during this whole thing. Man, hold on. I'm trying to remember. This is good. I was listening to you talking. I was like, I don't want to forget this. Okay, hold on. Just keep talking.
Okay, so here's my thing. So you said you almost wish you would have not done the religious route and just gone the fuck you route.
Yeah.
The issue with that is, in the beginning, the road kind of forked.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
yeah,
it all came back to the same route anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put his name on it because he's still in.
Yeah.
And I don't. But you're gonna know who I'm talking about almost immediately.
Know.
Yeah. So this mutual friend of ours, he was one of those people that was like, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
Fuck this. Fuck these people. I've put in over a decade of my life into this shit, doing one of the hardest jobs in the infantry, and this is how they're going to run it. And not just to me, but to everybody else. All right, let's play this game. Yeah. Fuck you guys. I'm done. So he gets kicked out. Well, kicked out. Basically what they tell him is they write him the Gomar, and they're like, okay, you're no longer allowed to come to drill because you're a health hazard, and you're still going to be on the books. We're going to out-process you, this, that, and the other. He basically gets told, wait for the letter in the mail that says, good night. Mm-hmm. You are no longer a soldier. You're going to get less than honorably discharged, whatever. And he was like, all right, well, there goes all my benefits. There goes all my... Because I don't want to, like... everything he's earned.
Everything he's worked for.
Everything he's worked for is gone.
Yeah.
And he wasn't necessarily a high-ranking individual, but it was just like, everything that he had built up is now gone. All that, whatever.
He put his time in, too.
Yeah.
He was there for a minute.
Yeah, and then, so he's out. He's not showing us to drill for like 7 months.
Yeah.
And things start changing.
Yeah.
The tide starts turning. Yeah. And they're like, oh, man, so pre-2020, our numbers were kind of slipping, but not really. Yeah. But people really joined because of Trump, but Trump might lose. Then Trump lost, and then COVID happened, and all this stuff is happening, and our retention's really bad. Everybody's getting out. We don't have money for bonuses. What's going on? We don't have good recruiting numbers.
China's going to fight us in a war.
So then, remember they were telling us that?
Yeah.
When they were like, we're going to war with China. Like, they actually told us that. And then again, dude, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Because again, my whole thing was like, okay, yes, a war with China would be horrible. A ground war with China is terrible. That is World War III. You don't start a war with China. China joins, just like America joins. Like, America's not going to go bomb China. China's not going to bomb America. These things like Russia and Ukraine are going to happen. And then it expands out and then whatever. Okay, that's how that works.
Yeah.
But if you read a book, if you just look into what politicians are actually saying, if you look into what President Xi's actually telling his people and how they've operated in the past, you will find that a war with China, while likely, is not probable. And those are two very separate things.
Yeah.
That's not the biggest worry. It's just not. If you really wanted to prepare us for something, unfortunately, it would be the Middle East. It would be the Middle East, or it would be to go fucking hang out in Poland for a little bit and see what happens.
Yeah.
It wouldn't immediately be China.
No.
But I just bring that up not to like pick on things, but just like that rhetoric was literally getting shoved down our throat of like China. And it's like, no, dude.
They're like, oh, your camis are going to change colors to jungle patterns. I'm like, what?
Like, not necessarily. First of all, whatever. That's the minutia of it. Anyway, retention goes down. Recruiting numbers are bad. And they're like, you know what? Those health hazards, those those horrible people that we were gonna kick out.
Yeah, that have been out for 2 years, but like,
Well, it didn't go that long. It didn't go, but it took a long time.
It was 2020, and then I got out, and he showed back up.
Yeah. It took a while for them to process these paperwork, obviously.
Yeah.
And like, hey, and so they start calling these people, and this guy in particular, because he told me about it. He's got long fucking hair. It's funny because he stopped doing the military for like 6 to 8 months and just got his shit together. He's like, yeah, like I got a way better job. I did this. The wife's happy. We're doing that. We're getting the kid. Whatever happened with his life. Started smoking a little fucking ganja, and he's chilling with his life. Yeah. And he gets that call. It's like, hey, so we kind of need you back.
No, it's not that. It's this. Hey, where are you at? It's a Saturday, Where are you at? Huh? What? You have drill. Like, you guys kicked me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was like a, nice call. Hey.
It wasn't. It wasn't
It was
pleasure.
like, hey, where are you guys at? Like, what? You kicked us out. Mm-hmm. Like, you need to be here tomorrow. All right.
Yep.
06. Be here in the parking lot.
So he basically doesn't show up. And the next month he shows up again. And again, I'm just using this as a case study, but he shows up again. He's got long hair. He's showing us like, what the fuck is going on? And they tell him what's up. He's like, all right, fine. So the next month, because much like you, he enjoyed his time in the military.
Yeah.
Shows up the next month, cut hair, whatever. And what do they do? Or no, it was that same time. Because it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday drill. He showed up on Friday, made him cut his hair, whatever. Comes back Saturday, and they fucking piss test the guy. And then they're like, "Oh, you didn't know about this?"
No, that's hilarious.
They piss test the guy, and because again, I don't want to out his shit, but I just want to make sure we're talking about the same person. So I just texted you.
Stand by. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the same person. Yeah. So they get him to come back, and they piss test him, and they're like, "Oh, you popped hot for weed? Guess what? You're now getting demoted." And he's like, wait a minute. You threatened me with this once.
Yeah.
Like
you guys called me back here. I was living the good life.
You wanted me. So it's like, okay. Like, you already said you're going to demote me for the COVID shit. That didn't happen. Now you came crawling back, and now you're going to drug test me and then demote me? Yeah. But you're going to demand that I show up, and none of the time that he spent out of drill counted for his contract?
Yeah.
And I just bring this up because and credit where it's due, our old shitty commander got the fuck out of there. Like, well, before this happened, we got a new commander who's a young guy and helped him out. Then he got fed up with the Army and quit after he helped out our buddy. But I bring that up as an example because that happened all over the country, where it was like, we are so gung-ho for this thing, but just like everything else in America, when it stops making headlines, when it stops making money, it's like, all right, on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And the people affected are left to pick up the pieces. And ironically enough, but in the worst way possible, one of the organizations that had to pick up the pieces was the military.
Yeah.
The military had to pick up the pieces and be like, okay, well, we have all these guys that we just kicked out, or like may or may not have kicked out. We've definitely disenfranchised them.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck do we do with these people now?
Yeah.
So it's shit. So when I say the government maybe want to leave, it was stuff like that on top of everything else.
Yeah. I remember we were at drill one time, and it was like during like it was in the middle of it when they were like, all right, you guys need to have your vaccine cards. You need to be vaccinated. And then they're like starting to separate us and stuff. This one time they're like, all right, everyone show your vaccine cards. We told you that you needed them. And, being, a group of people that are slightly retarded, people forget stuff,
Oh, I know you're going with this. I know you're going
they're
with
like,
this.
They're like, okay, well, I got vaccinated, but I left my card at home. They're like, well, you're getting another one today. I'm like, I spoke out.
I remember that. I remember that.
I was like, that makes zero. I was like, I think that's that's not the science. I was like, what are we protecting here? You guys just want these guys to get double vaccinated, or what's the goal here, Sergeant? I was like, what's the goal? Do you want power? You want power, or do you want these people to be safe? Where are we at right here? Because the scale's a little bit more towards the power right now,
Because what was fucked up about, I remember that. I remember that very vividly because our platoon sergeant who said that was kind of joking around.
Yeah.
So I guess you have to get it again. That's how he was.
Yeah,
Funny
exactly.
guy.
Yeah.
He was like, we might have to get it again. Ha ha ha. But then our first sergeant and commander walked by and overheard them saying that, or him saying that, and you guys having that conversation. And he told him, like, oh, you probably have to, and then, like, the commander was like, oh, you probably have to get it again.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when people hear the word or the term double vaxxed, it's like, okay, you got the vaccine, a couple like boosters or a booster. Quite literally in this context, it's 2 rounds of the fucking Moderna or the Pfizer vaccine.
Yeah, the full pop. Yeah, I was just like, wow. I was like, thank God. Long story short, with the religious exemption, never heard anything about it. It was just like it was just like a little cloud that's floating around, and like they'd be like, you get vaccinated? I'm like, no, religious exemption, no questions.
Yeah.
And then people got invited back that just said no, and then
and that's what I'm saying.
Back in harmony.
And that's what I'm saying about the brainwashing thing. It's like they know what's wrong, they're doing it anyway, and they're going by the whim of the powers that be.
Yeah. And
it's like that. Again, if you think about that for longer than 30 seconds, that goes against what we're supposed to be standing here for, man. Mm-hmm. And it's shit like that. Yeah, I have my personal things that happened, and, you know, I don't think I'm an isolated case. That happens everywhere, right? Nothing's unique in the military.
Yeah.
Right? But it's just like, oh, the whole system. Are you kidding me? And then what was killer was, like, seeing people that I respected that only had, like, 5, 4, 2 years left in there before they got retirement, and they're like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I can't. And it wasn't even the COVID shit that pushed them over the edge. It was what you were talking about a little bit earlier. It's the massive waste of time.
Yeah.
The massive waste of time, the wrong people getting promoted. Just, it's like, what are we really? I used to tell people when I was in, like, you want to see the biggest waste of taxpayer dollars, go to a National Guard armory during drill weekend.
Yeah.
You will
Go
see
to the Capitol during the inauguration.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Talk about a waste of taxpayer dollars.
You know, I got kicked off that mission.
Did you?
I wasn't even allowed to go.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It was the best time.
Yeah.
Stayed with the Air Force up in a hotel. Just chilled.
Oh, so you guys were
they're like, no drinking. Show up. All the brass just drinking in the lobby. I was like, what? Me and the boys are sneaking in like 230 racks to our room. They're like, hey. We're like, hey. You know? We're just going upstairs. Long day.
Yeah, we're gonna run a Bible study and go to bed.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then we're all wrestling upstairs with with our platoon leader. Like the commander comes in, we're like, whoa, okay, hey, sir. You know, just wild. It was sick, dude. It was sick. But a waste of money.
Yeah, I wish I could have gone on that.
Waste of money, dude. The comedy thing.
Let's talk about some light.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
I love it, dude.
What's going on?
Actually, let's take a little break because I'm gonna get a little more of this. You want some? And we are back. Yeah. So I actually, funny part of comedy, because I found this out in Austin. I've been able to find it here in New Mexico. It's interesting. It's an interesting like version of Black Label.
Okay.
It's called Double Black.
I don't know. I smelled it. Connoisseur. A little cheers.
Cheers, buddy. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Very good to see you.
A little ASMR.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's not bad, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, man, comedy's fucking. It feels good because I've been thinking about this like. I've always been a huge fan of stand up, but it's like, why do I actually enjoy doing it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I enjoy a lot of things, but like I'm not gonna go out and do them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why do I actually enjoy doing stand up? And I'm like, I found like my thing.
Yeah.
Like the podcast is great. I love doing the podcast is still like the best part of my weekly life.
Yeah.
You know, I try to do it at least once a week.
500 subscribers, dude.
I know. Thanks, man.
Dude.
Thanks,
Congrats.
man.
That's big.
Yeah, it's cool and it's funny.
Tell your buddies. Come on, guys. Quit playing around.
I'm not gonna say who, because part of me doesn't want to fucking jinx it. But I have a very interesting guest.
Sweet.
Coming in tomorrow.
Cool.
And I'll tell you off camera.
Yeah.
But it's funny finding out who listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
Because my numbers aren't huge.
Yeah.
Like 500's sick.
Yeah.
But it's not like fucking, you know, whatever. Spotify's not knocking yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's interesting, like, you never... I saw an interview with Tyler, the Creator, a couple weeks ago. We were talking about it's like, you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
And if you're a young creator or a young whatever, and you feel like you're not getting enough views, and you're saying whatever, you're just building a portfolio so that when the right person does see it, it's like, all right, now we have this whole backlog of shit.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
So it's very interesting seeing who pays attention to it and who follows it. But yeah, dude, like, I love the pod. I love doing this. This is the most fun part of my week. And I'm never going to, like, I'm not going to stop doing it, and I'm not going to stop loving it. But and it's only been like a year since I've been doing stand-up. Like, it's my first, I really started taking comedy seriously, like, last October. But my first open mic was in last June. And that was purely just a product of, I just had my hernia surgery, can't go to the gym, can't really do a whole lot.
Yeah.
I've wanted to try this. I've been doing the podcast. I have friends that are comedians. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
But I see it now a year later, like, as I get better at this, it's going to overtake the podcast as, like, the thing I love doing the most.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, it's
so cool, dude. It's
fucking
seriously sick seeing, like I think I DM'd you. I was like, when you were going out to Austin, I was like, dude, we need more people like this, like you from New Mexico to make it, like, in this scene, man. You know, like, it's super cool.
Thanks,
and you got to take like a big leap, you know. It's scary, you know. Like, I joke around with my wife sometimes, and I'll walk around in my underwear and I start doing stand-up comedy, just like joking around, like, dad's right, you know, just like dumb shit. and you know,
he
like,
walked in here with he walked into my house with a fanny pack, fanny pack and sandals.
Yeah,
okay?
Come on, dude, you stay strapped or get clapped. But yeah, it's like, it's so cool. Like, I like the business side of things a lot, and then like the jumping into like the unknown a lot, and that's comedy, dude. Like, you have to market yourself good enough. You have to have good jokes. Obviously, you have to be
you got to be funny.
But then, like, you have to do it. You know, like, you're not gonna get good if you're not doing it. And you've been killing it. You've been going around the state, like, everywhere, like, literally almost every week. And I feel like I see something on your story, and you're like, you know, at the comedy thing, whether you're performing, you're up there with the mic, or you're watching, like, improving your craft or whatever.
Well,
you know?
and that's where, like, I hate people that hate's a strong word, but I really dislike how people will, like, fake support.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They support things in the effort to get something out of it.
Yeah.
And I never feel that way with stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, I go to my buddy's stand-up shows because I genuinely love stand-up. Like, they're my friends, and they're great, but, like, the lineup could have been anybody tonight. I just like being around stand-up.
Yeah.
And especially, like, huge shout out to fucking Dry Heat, dude. Like, while obviously not a perfect club, like, I just like going and hanging out there. I see a couple people that I know. I've become real good buddies with this funny motherfucker. His name's Jake Otero. Him, Tyler Lovely, they're the resident, like, hosts and, like, tech guys down there.
Yeah.
Great comedians, fun guys to hang out with. And I just go sit in the back and watch the fucking lineup. And if I get to go up, I'll go up. If not, I just sit in the back and watch, because I enjoy watching stand-up. I enjoy going and supporting it, seeing the scene grow. Like, I forget who I was telling you about this, but, like, I feel like I got my foot in the door, like, right as it was transitioning from, like, the old scene to the new community comedy scene that's happening right now.
Yeah.
And that's completely through the podcast, which wasn't the plan at all. Wasn't the fucking plan at all. But it's, dude, it's so much. And then cool shit happens, like the fucking roast battle. Like,
that's funny.
That was so much fucking, like, and I loved the guy that I roasted and that went up against AJ. Me and him become real cool homies. Like, he's a good friend of mine. And that's why, like, what I cut out of that video was, like, towards, like, the end of the roast battle. Like, it's why I didn't cut to him just to get his reaction. I cut to him because my natural reaction was apologetic.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm saying these vile things about you. But, like, and that's the other part too, is, like, you can just fucking rip, you know, in that setting, or just, like, just hanging out with the comments, just talking horrible shit to each other, and it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, obviously I'm very biased, but I encourage anybody, if you have a little itch to scratch, there are open mics. Go do it. Go try it out. Just
No way.
go try it out.
I'll go watch you, dude.
It's such a low risk thing because it's like, the biggest risk of it all is just the time that it takes because you got to go sign up and wait. You know what I mean? It's the waiting game.
Yeah.
But it's you go up and you bomb, you don't like it, whatever. You move on with your life.
Yeah.
You tried it, didn't like it.
Yeah.
But like a buddy of mine, he's one of the singers for the Slums of Harvard. He's a big stand-up friend.
Oh yeah.
And he went up to a mic with me and he fucking did well.
Yeah.
And he had a joke that I almost choked on my dip. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, like the kid can fucking do stand-up. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
See, it's cool, man. It's real fun.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah. Well, I see you like on your Instagram. Because when you had originally came on the podcast years and years ago, like the board game.
Yeah.
What happened to that? Like, did it just not?
So we launched it on Kickstarter. So for those of you guys that are new listeners, me and a couple buddies, I got pulled into it because I'm like the business side of things, and they're like, "Hey, we need your help marketing this board game." And long story short, we didn't market that board game. We built a whole other board game and then try to market and launch that one. Long story short,
It was really cool, by the way. The whole concept and like, because you brought the prototype.
yeah, it was a good game.
And it looked fun.
Yeah, it was solid. But the problem with it was and I don't want to talk bad about my co-workers or co-founders or whatever. I don't want it to sound like I'm talking bad about them. But basically, we kept on going in circles of, renovating certain things and redoing certain things part of the game instead of just like, hey, it's good enough, let's just sell it, And that's my thing. I like selling stuff.
Like finalizing a finished product.
Yeah,
You couldn't get to the finish line.
Well, we had a finished product, but it was like, so in a board game, you have to do play tests to allow yourself to see if certain things are overpowered, like Uno, for example, like if the original founders made it a +10, that's going to kill some. If you get +10, you're never going to win the game based on like rolls and stuff, And so it's just a bunch of play tests and a bunch of like nitpicking. Oh, we need to change this down 1 point and add this guy 1 point for his power or whatever, and just little things like that. So we launched it on Kickstarter. We wanted 20 grand to basically fund it, and we only raised 10 grand, which was actually, looking back on it now, pretty cool that like, because we got, I'd say maybe $3,000 was from like family and friends, and then the other $7,000 was from just like people finding it like cool. So I was like, this is actually a pretty big win.
Yeah, like you'll never know who's watching.
Yeah. But
so what happened to that money?
Crashed and burned. So with Kickstarter, if you don't get the full amount, it just gets returned.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it gets returned to people.
Damn, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because what if it's like, let's say you stuck with it, and it's like, hey, 20 would have been nice, but I could still do something with 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it was, I think I worked for like another year. I basically worked for like 2.5 years for free. Basically and that's what you do with a startup.
Yeah, that's a startup in general.
And so it was just like long hours. I wasn't seeing the end of it. And I was just like, you know what? I think like I need to concentrate on my actual job and like my wife, or I don't even know if I think I had just gotten married like right after I quit. And that's about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happened.
I just bring that up because that's when you had originally came on. That's just not just what we talked about, but that was a big focal point of the conversation. But I see on your Instagram now, like you've been trying to do, like, for lack of a better term, like entrepreneurial shit. Like I saw the thing about the podcast. You go, did that start?
Yeah, so we did a little bit of that. It was with one of my buddies. He actually moved down to Texas, so he's gone now. But it was like we started this podcast thing, and then I 2 months later had a kid.
Yeah.
And work picked up. I work for a roofing manufacturer, so my busy season is like summerish. So my son was born in March, and right before that I was slower with work. And then I had my son, and then it got busy with work, and I was just like kind of fizzed out a little bit. And then he moved. So something that we might continue to try to do, but not. It's just like it's a little time consuming.
Well, it's time.
Sure you understand that.
It's time consuming. And that's funny because we were talking about the tech beforehand.
Yeah.
it would be nice to have somebody back there, like if I had like the ISO Pro, so they could just switch, edit in real time.
Yeah.
But dude, I pay $30 a month and AI edits for me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
Autopod.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That shit works.
Yeah.
It works. I just set it up properly. I hit the thing, and it does like I remember. I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago. I did a 4-hour episode with a couple comedian buddies of mine.
Yeah.
That would have taken me like 2.5, 3 hours. And that's just literally me sitting at my desk, seeing where the audio spikes up and clipping and just like isolating the video properly, sort of switching back and forth between me and the guests, right?
Yeah.
Easily 2.5 to 3 hours to get all the new, and that's actually, no, it would have taken me, if I really wanted to get all the nuances that the AI does, it would have taken me like 5 or 6 hours.
Oh yeah.
5 or 6 hours of work in 45 seconds.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. AI is wild.
It's incredible.
I love it.
It's incredible. Now, granted, the whole
Neuralink.
Thank you. I was thinking Starlink for some reason. Yeah, the Neuralink thing's scary, but like that shit like that, it's like, okay, cool, we're in business. Like this is really helping me. But I still have a lot of time. I have to put in like the scheduling, the actual sitting down, like this shit. Obviously, this is the best part of it.
Yeah.
But that's what the pulling the clips, looking at analytics, pitching sponsors, taking care of current sponsors, doing stuff for all that type of stuff. And then, especially for you guys, like if you were to continue it now, there's like an element of the personalization that gets lost with a virtual podcast.
Yeah.
It just gets lost.
Yep.
Like you're a real person
Yeah.
sitting in front of me.
Yeah.
We can cheers. I'm seeing how your face is moving in real time, the body language.
Yeah.
I can tell what you care about, what you don't care about. We've known each other for over a decade.
Yeah.
Almost 2 decades. But if it's a brand new person, I have to really study that type of shit.
Yeah.
And
If there's a screen in between,
Yeah.
you're just talking to a camera.
and
it's
this
different.
is exactly this is not a knock on anybody I've done with a virtual podcast with, because they were fun.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind during those episodes, I was like, it's missing.
Yeah.
Like there is something missing here. And that's why, like, in the few opportunities I get to do it here in New Mexico, I will go do a remote. Like I'll go to wherever they're at.
Yeah.
I did one with over at Rio Grande Studios,
Yeah.
the recording session. So I
Riley.
went, Kenny Riley. Yeah, I went and sat with him, and then like obviously the Austin shit was like a no brainer. But like like I will. And granted, I'm very, very, very blessed that I have enough equipment to where like all of this stays wired in, and I just unplug that guy, take some mics, and go about my business.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something lost with the virtual.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'll continue to do that. It's definitely cool. I like podcasts and like it's fun to sit down and talk, but business wise, return on investment for me now, probably not the move.
Well, it's a not married with kids guy's game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Like it's not like, especially for if you want it to be successful and you plan on making money on it within a reasonable amount of time.
Exactly.
Granted, I suck at marketing. I don't know how to market. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm trying to, and I have people around me that I can go to help me point in the right direction, but they're trying to figure it out too. And it's like all that type of shit. But yeah, dude, like I said at the beginning of this, you have responsibilities. Like you have a legitimate, if it was just you and your wife, that's one thing.
Yeah.
It's like your wife can take care of herself. Like she can feed herself. She can wipe her own ass. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Hey, look, listen, man, whatever you guys are into, that is your thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
I like to wipe her ass.
Yeah, hey, we all like what we like, bro. I like get my ball stepped on. Like it's we like what we fucking like. No, but you know what I mean? It's like she wouldn't mind 2 or 3 hours of your week going to do this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, let's say that 2 to 3 hours turns into 6 to 10 and you've got a kid. It's like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So that's completely understandable. But I see that you're bringing your fucking brand back, which is what I've been telling you to do.
Yeah.
For basically since we did that fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Do you being the business centric mind that you have, do you have what is it?
Yeah, so Bedhead, so right now it's a little bit of limbo, and it's and actually like the brand itself is like kind of a kick in the nuts for me, like not wanting to commit almost, because Bedhead's like slogan is like what wakes you up. So like for you, Mr. OnlyKings, like what wakes you up, you know, the podcast. Does the podcast like get you excited to get out of bed and like get after it? Like, is that what motivates you to like really, I don't know, like get through the week or, you know, get through work or whatever the case is? Like what kind of gets you up and gets you moving, you know? So that's kind of like the slogan of Bedhead, but at the same time it's like, it doesn't have to be perfect for you to start. And that's where it's kicking me in the nuts. Cause I'm just like, man, I want it to be perfect so bad. And like coming from a kind of like a film background a little bit, like I have like a lot of ideas that I want to do, but I just need to start doing them.
Like what?
So basically my in a perfect world, I would have a video, like a mini documentary. So let's say like we have like somebody like, you, okay? So I come and I film a documentary, short film on you of what wakes you up in the morning, right? And at the end of that, we come up with just like some merch that's like, okay, you know, you like podcasting, you like comic books, you like Batman, you know, you like this type of stuff, you like stand-up comedy. Like we now revert that over to like some type of like merch, and that's associated with you. So if people wake up to do things like you, then people could vibe with that and support the brand in that way. And it doesn't always have to be just like merch, but it's more of just telling people's stories, kind of like you do in a podcast sense, but more of like a short film for me.
So you're a production, like almost like a production studio.
Yeah, so it'd be like
a production brand.
Yeah, and initially it was Bedhead Media House.
Yeah,
that's what I had back in college. Back in like 2018, 2019, I made it, and I've sat on it for 6 years, you know, and now I'm like it's starting to come out. So now it's kind of just like a merch brand for now until I get time on my hands to be able to like film cool stuff and take cool photos and stuff, because I don't have money to be spending other people to do it, you know. But that's kind of what it is. But right now I'm kind of concentrating on like more personal brand stuff. So I'm trying to like, sounds kind of gay, but you know, like,
okay,
you know,
dude, you're sitting down with somebody who has a podcast and is a brand new stand-up comedian. Okay, I'm not even like completely, despite what my peers around me have told me, I am not completely comfortable yet calling myself a stand-up comedian.
You are,
but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so nothing's out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. So basically, it's just like I want to start concentrating on a personal brand, because in all my free time I watch business YouTube. So it's like how to make money doing this, how to run ads to do this, how to market yourself for this, and like a lot of the things is just like building your personal brand. And even Patrick Bet-David said, like, if you build a personal brand, then it's gonna elevate everything else you do in your life. So if like for him, like he has a massive life insurance company, right? He has a big personal brand, PBD, podcast and everything, and then a lot of people don't know that he runs this life insurance.
Well, he doesn't have it anymore. That's the thing, is like he's put all his money into Valuetainment, because he sold a life insurance company for $200 million.
Yeah. So basically like that, he's just like basically saying that you have a good personal brand and people start to like you. So that's kind of like what the Bedhead thing about. I can't really find a niche for myself because I'm all over the place, dude. Like I like hunting, I like boats, I like mowing my lawn, I like welding, I like business, I like wearing a suit, but I like wearing shit kickers, and like there's way too many things for me to like nail down something for people to be like excited about. But like I have to remind myself, like, other people are like that, you know, like if you're just you, and I tend to think that I'm a likable guy like yourself, you know, like charismatic, and you carry yourself well, and you don't really care what other people think, and that's like people start to vibe with that.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is like, I think the idea, I'm very biased, but I think the idea of you have to be in a certain niche or you have to be in a thing, it's slowly but surely getting phased out by the, if you're speaking business terms, by the market.
Yeah.
Because people don't really care about what you're into. People just care about, are you authentic?
Yeah.
Are you a real person? Do you believe what you're saying? Like, that's the lowest common denominator that we've come to now, because we've been fed just such bullshit at every angle, from every media industry, from every facet of life. It's just been 90% bullshit. So it's like, okay, if you're telling me what you're into, do you actually believe that? Like, are you actually an enjoyer of what you're saying? Or are you just doing this like you're picking a college major because you think it's going to make you the most money?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how many people, and I'm sure your wife was surrounded by these people when she was in nursing school. How many people actually wanted to be nurses and help people and save lives and all that stuff? Not degrading it, but all of that.
Yeah.
Like the authentic, like, this is how I want to spend my time in service of others. Or are they looking at a price tag?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what? I'm going to go into 60, 80, $100,000 worth of debt. But I'm going to start out at this, and I'm going to do this, and that'll pay it back. And I'm going to
be a doctor at the end of this.
I'm just going to be
120,
right.
You know, but I'm also digging myself out of a hole that was 100,000.
Right, but they're looking at a price tag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my point.
And you have a shitty job too sometimes, respectfully.
Well, no, quite literally shitty job.
Yeah.
Like cleaning up shit.
Yeah.
Dealing with people, and you're seeing people with the worst possible fucking thing. And all of that to say, people really want authenticity.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I don't know, that's why stuff like fucking at the most massive scales, people like PBD, Rogan, that's why they're so popular, is because people can tell, like, with rare exception, they actually believe what they're saying.
Yeah, they're just
like,
true to
look,
themselves,
I'm the biggest Rogan fan around, but even I can admit that the Rock podcast was bullshit.
Yeah.
That was such a bullshit episode. Like, it was so clearly ran through a filter, because how many times has Rogan spent saying The Rock's on steroids, he's this, he's that, whatever. It's like, oh, now you have the guy in front of him ask the question.
Yeah.
Of course he wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
Of course it was a PR stunt. Especially after, like, The Rock had, like, said, I'll never go on his podcast after the whole N-word video came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
people want authenticity. And it's like I was saying earlier, that whole catalog of what he had, you can forgive these things.
Yeah.
So I think what you're doing, like what you want to do with it, is good. I mean, the logo's great. I want a hat.
Yeah.
Let me know how I can Venmo you so I can get a fucking hat. I'd love to get a hat from you.
Yeah. These are the runner hats. These are kind of. I ran a half marathon.
Are you calling me fat?
No.
You motherfucker.
They're not like that. This isn't.
He's
my
calling
style.
me out of shape.
This isn't my style. Like, I'd rather have like a. It's off.
Oh shit.
Hopefully the microphone's still up.
No, the mic's still up. Good.
But basically, this is just a runner cap. And it's not everybody's style. And it doesn't fit everybody's head. And knowing you for a decade, I know you got a big head, so we got to get you like a trucker hat or a hat like this.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's funny you say that, you piece of shit. I bought a because they were on sale for, like, I think originally they retailed it something cheap, like 15, but Costco had these Nike hats for these runner hats on sale for like $8.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, fuck, that's a new gym hat. Like, they're super lightweight, whatever. I threw it on and I was like, man.
Yeah.
This was not built for my head. It was not built for my hair.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Because now that my hair's growing out, it's just like,
yep.
You know what I mean? So no.
Yeah. So I got some more hats coming out and like shirts and stuff, but
I still got the OG sticker somewhere.
I know.
They're in they're in one of my podcast tubs in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, damn.
I don't know, man. I see what you've been promoting and what you're trying to do, and I want to see it.
Yeah. I'm trying to get more like so back in mid-January, I did 75 hard. Like, I started 75 hard and did it and everything, and kind of documented a little bit of my journey, and like it was a big deal. So for those of you that don't know, it's like you have to work out twice a day. One workout is outside. Each of them are 45 minutes. You have to follow a diet. You have to read 10 pages of a book. You have to drink a gallon of water, and no cheat meals, and you can't drink. Like, you can't drink alcohol. That's like every single day for 75 days to complete it, right?
And funny thing, the hardest, like, I've thought about doing that. The hardest thing for me is the cheat meals.
Yeah.
Because even when I was bodybuilding,
it's tough, man.
I was like, yo, this bland ass shit.
Yeah.
Like, not every meal you have to eat is bland, but like, yo, dude, give me a fucking Whataburger.
Yeah.
Like just something stupid.
Yep.
You know, so not to cut you off, but that's the hardest part, is the cheat meals.
So that's what kind of like kicked everything off, because I was like, you know what, I'm sick of, like, I was getting fat. Like, I literally weighed 230 pounds in like November of last year, and like I I never thought I was big, but like looking at photos like back then, I was like, holy smokes, like I'm big. And I was like, I've always been athletic, so I think I let myself get to like a fat point, but I could still do a backflip. I could still run. I could still lift, you know?
Well, you're still pushing weight.
Yeah, I was still big, but like I was fat, dude. Like my neck was like big and like my face and everything. So, you know, not to fat shame, but whatever. I was unhealthy. So
you became unhealthy and you're like, no, there needs to be a change.
Yeah. So we switched it up, did 75 hard, lost 30 pounds. And then basically was like, okay, I want to start taking life more seriously. I need to start working harder on my actual job. I need to start working harder with my relationship with my wife and now my son. And like business, you know, like my job is going to take care of me for a long time if I keep doing good. But like, how can I set up something else, especially now that my wife's not working? Like, hey, like maybe you could run with this bedhead thing for a little bit and, you know, help me grow it a little bit, you know? And so that's the goal. That's the goal right now.
Well, that's a good segue into something I want to talk to you about is, there's a lot, because you're a very traditional guy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of negative stigma starting to get attached, slowly but surely, onto the traditional household. Mm-hmm. And when people hear in service of their husband, it's a negative thing.
Yeah.
When it's not. And feel free to correct me, but and I'm not married. It's complicated, but there's something happening in my life, but I'm not married.
Yeah.
But when I hear that, I think it's like, okay, well, if a woman, because I don't think, despite the memes I send to my friends, I don't think women are stupid. And
just black out my face. Just kidding.
but you know, like, I think that, you know, if a woman is going to decide to marry someone, and whatever degree it means to be in service of their husband, they're not being stupid about it. They're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to help this person. I'm going to help our household. I'm going to be in service, whatever it means to be in service of that person. But the return on the investment makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Because not to make a marriage a business transaction, because it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, no, I'm going to stick next to this guy because he's going to give me the life that I want.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thing, because the inverse of that is the guy's like, okay, I'm going to bust my ass, but I'm going to come home to peace.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a tidy household and food is made and the kid is changed. No. Help with that. Yeah. Those things are, you know, figure that out amongst yourselves. But I'm going to come home to peace.
Yeah.
As long as I hold up my end of the bargain of being a good guy, it's a peaceful household.
Yeah.
Not saying that she can't complain or not saying that she can't, you know, bring up gripes with me, because nobody's perfect. Yeah. But it's just like, yeah, like, I'm going to come home to love.
Yeah.
Am I far off from that?
No, not at all. Yeah, I think we came down to it. So it's really funny because Maddie was always, so I grew up in a traditional house. My mom was a stay-at-home mom my entire life. Like, she had a job like before my oldest brother was born, and then after my mom and dad had kids, then she stopped working and just stayed home. And, you know, we weren't well off to begin with. I think we started to become well off like later on in my life when I started getting a little bit older, but you know, it was a sacrifice back then, and that's what I was used to. Now Maddie, on the other side, my wife, both of her parents worked. Okay, so she came from that family, and great family, love them to death, and you know, that's just different types of parents, different types of like work ethic and stuff, and sacrifices that you are and aren't willing to pull the trigger on. So all that to say is Maddie was always under the impression that she was like, well, you know, I want to work, you know, and I was like, that's fine, you know, just being like, if you want to work, go for it. Like,
buy your own makeup.
Yeah,
do your thing.
That's good money for both of us. You know, you're a nurse, I'm in sales. We're going to be fine. Like, that's good for the both of us, you know?
Yeah.
And then she got pregnant, she worked in labor and delivery until she was like 8 months pregnant.
That's crazy.
She worked nights.
Listen, could you imagine being like a lady? You're big as shit, about to give birth to twins, and your labor nurse walks in 7 months pregnant.
Yeah, dude.
That's great. Like the amount of like that's the scenario is funny to me.
Yeah.
But the amount of immediate like trust.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna take care of me the way you want to get taken care of.
Exactly.
I think we're gonna be
Dude,
okay.
it's funny
here.
because she would come home some days so when, for those of you that don't know, when you're pregnant, you could like go into the hospital and be like, hey, you know, I think I might be like going into labor, and you might only be like 30 weeks or 26 weeks or whatever, you know, like a preterm labor. And people would be in there getting like checked out by the nurses, you know, my wife and stuff. And these people are, you know, 20 weeks and my wife's 36 weeks. And they're like, oh, you know, I just feel bad. And my wife's like having to be like a professional, you know, like, oh yeah, tell me, like, oh, I'm so sorry. Whereas she's on her feet for 12 hours working nights, listening to this little girl bitch about how her stomach hurts. And like, you know, like it's just ridiculous. Like I would be like, I feel so sorry for you.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the main thing.
That's funny. Yeah.
When we had our kid, right, she had maternity leave, and I don't know if it's a God thing, if it's like a chemical reaction, but she went into mother mode basically, and was just like, you know, like I could see myself not working, and I'm blessed enough to have a job that allows me to take care of my family.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'd be nice to have two incomes. You know, it's always better, but we were at that point where like, I was like, you don't have to go back to work if you don't want to. And I always told her that, you know, back when she was pregnant.
No, but on some real shit, is that not like I've never experienced that? Obviously, I've never had that conversation.
Yeah.
But that has got to be one of the most liberating and like not self-defining, but like self-actualizing. Like you're doing the right thing. You've been on the right path. You've checked. You've been a good boy. You went to college.
Yeah.
You got the job. You've been working your ass off. You have the wife. She's pregnant. She's had the kid, and now you're able to say, "Hey, listen, just take care of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna provide.
Yeah.
Like I'm the guy.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be something that's like inherently testosterone filled.
Yeah.
That's got to feel good.
Yeah, I think it did, but like I was me and my wife, you know, like as a unit, we were very particular and very detailed with our life, basically.
Yeah.
Right? We're like, all right, we're gonna get married. Like we save money. We don't have debt. Like we don't even have credit cards. Like we bought a house without debt, without credit score, like anything.
Good for you guys.
You know, we're some of the weird people. But anyways,
No, you did it right. No, you did it right.
We were very like particular with how we did things, and I think it's just like I always knew that we'd be in this position. You know, God forbid if something were to happen and, you know, I lose my job, we would still be good for a little bit with just savings and stuff, but I could pick up another job and work my ass off and make money, you know, make it work. So
yeah.
we're always going to be okay, and she could always go back to work. That's the thing, like how we were talking about, like, you know, do girls need to stay home? Does it need to be traditional? I told her, I was like, you don't have to stay home, but understand that, okay, if you don't stay home, I'm going to have to take time out of my day, which, you know, I'm not being a negative or trying to be a alpha male here, but I have to take time out of my day where I could be working and take my son, which I'd happily do, over to my in-laws or over to my parents' house to have them watch him, burden them where we're the ones that had the kid, you know.
But that's a real conversation.
Or like childcare. Childcare is ridiculously expensive. I could buy another house for the amount that we would pay in childcare.
Well, I've got a friend of mine. She, God fucking bless her, dude. She was telling me how she basically has a second job, and she only nets like 10 grand a year.
Yeah.
Because of how much, or she has a job rather, because her husband goes out and works and gets things, and she has a job so that she can help pay for childcare pretty much, but she only nets like 10, maybe 15-ish a year.
Yep.
So it's like, well, why? Oh, what the fuck is going on here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like a lot of times we were in a situation. So Maddie was talking to her friends from work where they were like, "You're like, if my husband told me that I could stay home, I would be quitting today." What are you doing? Like, but she loved her job so much, and bless her heart, like, she was an excellent nurse. And on a backstory, like watching her give birth, which is a graphic in general, it is a miracle, dude. And those nurses they are angels, dude. They bring life into the world. It's like I could cry thinking about it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. Anyways, so they're like, yeah.
No, what did that? No, dude. Okay, what did that feel like seeing your
nuts.
kid come into like a thing?
Absolutely nuts.
Like something used to spill into a napkin.
Well,
is now becoming a human.
Yeah, it's nuts.
With
dude.
someone, and not for nothing, but if you just read statistics for the last like 15 years, 20 years, maybe 30 years, just read statistics. You made the right decisions. You checked the right boxes. Right, out of the millions that you could have checked, out of the thousands of decisions you could have made, you decided, and obviously she made her right decisions too. I don't want to discount your wife.
Yeah.
But you made the right decisions. That led to you having a kid with someone not only you care very much about and love, but you're married to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You brought that kid into the world with two loving parents.
Yeah.
What was that like seeing a kid come into the world?
Dude, it's nuts. It's great. It's great. Like even just seeing him now, I'm like, what? Like we talked about at the beginning of this. Like I was like, who let us have you? Like out of sex comes a child, dude. It's nuts. Like that. If you don't believe in God, dude, there's something wrong, because watching a child come out of something this big and his head, just kept getting bigger, and then the freaking doctor yanks this kid out. I'm like, oh my God, dude, like easy, he's fragile, he's pulling him out of my wife and throw him on a bed warmer, and then he's just a human, and he's just into the world. Did you
cut the cord?
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you, man.
Yeah, it's cool. I was supposed to catch him, but then it was like it's kind of a problematic birth. Well, I was supposed to Green 19, I'm an athlete. Come on. No, I was supposed to deliver him, but he had his cord wrapped around his neck.
Oh, shit.
When he started coming out, they were like, you just got to push through. So, and it's kind of like a typical thing. Obviously, you would rather not have that happen.
Yeah.
Because it could they're not breathing air anyways, but it's keeping blood from the brain.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's how you have a. It's not stillbirth, but there's a niche-ish term for it.
Yeah.
Where it's basically the blood's not getting into the brain, and they come out they're not alive, but they're kind of brain dead.
Yeah, they're just not breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was not breathing for a second, and then they slapped him around, and he was it's traumatic, dude. It's not a easy thing. It's just wild.
They're just
they're spanking him, rubbing his chest, throwing him around. I'm like, oh my God. And all of a sudden you're a dad and you have to hold the kid.
There's going to be a day he's going to be 10, 12, maybe 13 years old, and he's going to suck at math. And you're going to be like, I think I know who to bill for this one.
I'm going to be like, you go talk to your mom about this, because I don't know anything.
It's just those doctors smacking you around.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But back to the whole mother staying at home, it's a sacrifice, because it's basically a math problem at the end of the day. If you have the income to allow yourself to not pay child care, then don't do it.
Yeah.
And then if you're able to just cover it, and your wife wants to work, or the dad and the wife both want to work, or the mom and dad want to work, do it. There's not a right equation, but for us, it was just Maddie wanted to stay home. He's learning how to do stuff a lot within the first 6 months, year of his life. And I think it's important. And at the end of the day, me and Maddie were talking about it, and she was like, what do you think? And I was like, I want you to stay home. You don't have to go back to work. Just stay
She
home.
walked up to you at 5:30 in the afternoon in her pajamas, hey, what do you think about me staying home for the next year or two? And you're like, yeah, I guess. She's like, okay, great. Pours another daiquiri.
I'm like over there stressing, dude, freaking working my ass off. No, it's good, man. It's a blessing for sure, but it did feel good. But like I said, like I just felt like I was always gonna be in this situation anyways, and yeah, we're here now.
Well, I mean, when you think about the value of your kid being raised in your household,
yeah,
right? Even if, like, and I don't think this is a pejorative, but even if childcare was next to free or free, with the way things are going right now, I would rather my kid be raised by someone that I trust and someone that I know. Because again, to get married, I would imagine you have to have the same values. Yeah. Like when it really comes down to it, whether it's politically speaking, religiously speaking, just general, like your moral compass should be within 10 degrees of each other.
Yeah.
Disagreements are fine. We will never see eye to eye on this. That's fine. But we all have our red lines. And at the end of the day, if you're going to marry this person and they're going to have one of your kids, and they're going to have, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Children will be made.
Yeah.
And you're going to leave that very moldable, breathing, living, heart-beating body of clay with this person that you're supposed to trust.
Yep.
You want them to instill the right values, the right, this is how you operate as a person. Like, you want that, and you need to trust that person. If you're off work, you're in house today.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that before this podcast, you had like an 8 to 10 hour day.
Yeah.
Right? Assuming.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna count this as work,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Which we are.
Yeah, this is called a tax write-off. So if you're, putting in, and some real shit, like if you're putting in like 10, 12, however many hour days to directly provide for your family, because that's what sales is, right? Mm-hmm. You're only going to get paid as much as you work. Not just like a per hour thing, but like as a how many sales are you trying to make? What's your commission like? What's that type of shit? And it almost incentivizes you to work, 45, 50, 60 hours a week. And if all that time that you're not there, your kid is going to be spent with, your wife, you need to trust that person.
Yeah.
You need to trust them. They're going to be teaching them the right shit that you agree with.
Yeah, exactly.
Not because you're the man of the house, because, like, I don't want my kid to be a fucked up psycho killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I want this kid to grow up and bring a fucking Tech 9 to school. Like, I'm not trying to...
Yeah, dude. It's true, man. Yeah, you have to have the similar interests and similar values, or else it's not going to... You're going to be fighting an uphill battle the entire time. Yeah. It's just not worth it. You're not going to have fun. I mean, yeah, you're going to fight about anything, mainly when you're hungry or when you're tired. Like, that's when I fight, mainly when I'm hungry. But, like... Yeah, you're going to have disagreements, but if you are drastically different sides of a idea, then, oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the other thing, like homeschool, yeah, you bet it. You betcha I'm thinking about getting, like, my son homeschooled.
See, and you have the
luxury. System is ridiculous.
You have the luxury of doing that because you got a smart ass wife.
Yeah,
you didn't marry a dumbass.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not going to be homeschooling.
Shocker. The guy in sales is not going to be homeschooling.
Going to be like, all right, let's go shoot outside. We're going to go shoot some guns, weld, and dig a hole.
Why Alex Jones was right. 203. This is the next hour.
We're going to watch a Joe Rogan podcast with this doctor. Yeah.
But not for nothing.
Yeah,
but,
there you go.
Yeah.
That's solid.
I don't know, man. That's, I don't know if you've looked this far ahead, but like shit that you and I grew up on, like, do you look forward to like showing your son that? Because I'd imagine there's something different to like, not that you would love the kid unless if you had a daughter, but like a father to son bond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, listen, kid, your mom's asleep.
Yeah.
Keep
like
your
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, you keep your fucking mouth shut about this. You want to see something dope?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, it's weird now because, like, I would love to have like an athletic son, but at the same time, like, I would much rather him like find something that he enjoys to do and then pour into that with him, because I like a bunch of stuff, like. If I didn't have sports, I'm sure I'd have had other stuff to do, like, in my whole life. But, like, that's what I had fun with doing, and I still like doing that stuff. And I feel like being a dad now is when he's growing up, I'm going to be like, yeah, let's go play outside, throw a ball or, like, dig a hole or do a slip and slide, kick a ball, whatever the case is, you know, like I'm not going to be like, yeah, let's read. That's not me. That's not me at all.
That's fucking gay. Your mom. You can do that with your mom.
Do that with
all
your
right?
mom, son. All right, we're gonna go freaking shoot a squirrel.
No, but that's like. I mean, you know that because you had great parents, or you have great parents. They're not dead. You have great parents. But no, that's a super. Like, I remember. I don't have I have some memories of my dad. You know, he was not active in my life and is not in my life. Yeah. But you know, I remember as a little kid having to like beg my dad to play catch.
Yeah.
And that's just because I saw my other friends in elementary school talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is terrible.
Yeah. Like, I remember that very vividly.
Yeah.
And so being able to, like, I think the most important thing you said there was let the kid figure out what he likes and then let him pour into that.
Yeah.
I think that's a really important way to, rather than just like, I'm not sold on having kids yet. Yeah. I don't know if it's not right for me right now. Yeah. That's for fucking sure. But like, just down the line, I'm not completely sold on it. But if I had a kid, son or daughter, I'd be like, hey, yeah, you want to see something fucking cool? Dude, Terminator 2's the shit. Sit down. Yeah. Have a third soda. Watch this shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would love to be able to do that. But like, going into it with that mindset of like, all right, what are you into?
Yeah.
Are you fucking playing with trucks? When we go down Target, do you like looking at the fucking action figures? Yeah. Do you like fucking? Are you fucking just staying? Are you staying in the library the whole fucking time?
Do you like rocks? What's your deal, dude? What kind of weird stuff are you into? Let me get involved here. Yeah, I mean, I think you could really push, and that's like something about being like a brand new dad is like, I don't want to just be like, okay, you're gonna be the next major league pitcher, or you're gonna make it to the NBA. I'm like, I'm not tall. Maddie's tall for a girl, but like you don't have the genes to play in the NBA. You probably don't have the genes to play in the NFL. MLB, yeah, I have a body type for maybe like baseball. Hockey's cool. Grow out your hair.
You're already checking off boxes. Yeah. Like, unless we introduce a little bit of test and trend, this kid is he's not gonna be a linebacker.
It's like you could start freaking throwing some chinos in and play some hockey. We'll move to Minnesota. I don't know, but it's just weird. Like I'm thinking about so many different things for this little son of mine. And
what excites you about being a dad?
I don't know, dude. It's honestly like a new thing every single day. Like he's learning how to, like, he's like smiling now. Like I try to make him laugh, like, and it's just like, it's fun to get home from work. Not that it wasn't fun to get home from work to like see my wife, but it's just like completely different. Like I'm really excited to like get home and be like, what did you guys do? Like, did he do anything? Did you take photos of him? You have any like videos of him doing something funny? Like you're so invested. And I say that because that's how I am. Like, I don't know how everybody else
No, that's how you should be. No, fuck that, dude. That's how you should be. Because I feel like one of the natural responses to that is like, oh, you're missing out on like, because you're working so much, you may miss out on like the first steps or the first work. Is your wife taking care of it? Like, oh, you mean the person that shoved this baby out of her body?
Yeah.
Oh, no, she's the one that gets no, she deserves to experience that.
Yeah.
A, right? And B, like, not to break this down to like business terms or anything, but like, you get to come home and see the return of your investment.
Yeah.
In the purest, most like godly way possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get to come home and see the investment. I'm like, okay, I'm working my fucking ass off. Yeah. Some days I fucking hate this job. Some days I love this job. But either way, like, and then you get to see the return of the investment on a life you've built with this woman.
Yeah.
Like, what's the alternative? You come home to see you're getting stuffed in a couch by some random fucking guy you've never met.
No thanks.
No, you get to see her coming home playing with a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I think I kind of did it.
Yeah, that's the life right there, dude. Yeah, it's good, man. I mean, it's going in the right direction for sure, and like, it's definitely lit like a fire under my ass to like figure some stuff out. Because I want to have a spoiled kid, honestly. I want this kid to be a trust fund baby. I want to work my ass off, like not to give him everything and him actually be spoiled, but like I want to be that guy.
You want to be the best provider you can.
Yeah, exactly. I want him to have every opportunity that he can have, and I don't want him to be a little shit and be, too good for anything and a rich little prick. But, you know, like, I want him to be, if he wants to go to chess club and for chess summer camp, go for it. You know, we have the availability to send you. Like, that's one thing when I was growing up, like I said before, like my brothers, my parents weren't as well off as they were with them as when I got around, because they were 4 and 6 years older than me. It's like my mom and dad had like maybe a little bit more money or better job maybe when I was in the age to start doing stuff, so they got to like invest into me a little bit, and it was awesome. So like that's what I want to be able to do for him, you know. And it's paid off a little bit, you know. I'm a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. I got the better shit, and guess what? Life is good.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, they're killing it too. But I'm just saying, like,
no, I'm just talking
you know,
shit.
like if we could, like, if I could set him up, that's the goal. Like that's part of being a parent. If you want to be a shitty parent, don't help out your son and just work as much as possible. And
you know, that's not even a money thing. Like you shouldn't be having a kid if you don't want to be a good parent.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? And I would, and I've said this before, and some people don't like it, but I frankly don't give a shit. Honestly, just, you know, if you're able to, if you are about to have a kid, and typically this happens out of wedlock, and you know you can't provide that kid with a good life, and you're able to find people that can.
Yeah. 100%.
Doesn't mean you can't be in their life.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't whatever, but like...
Hey, give them up for a little bit. And it doesn't mean that you can't revisit it in 5 years when you got your stuff together. You know? Don't kill the baby. That's one thing. You know? Don't get an abortion. That's terrible.
I think one of the worst situations I've ever heard of, or worst scenarios for an abortion is like, oh, we don't have money.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's like, okay, there are options then. Okay, there's no medical issues on the line. There's no health issues on the line. That's, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's iffy.
I agree.
Yeah.
But...
Well, listen, man, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You're one of my closest friends. You're one of my best friends. We've known each other for almost 2 fucking decades, and I'm happy you're a dad.
Appreciate it, man.
I am. I'm very happy you're a dad. I'm happy you found a good woman.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool to see,
Makes it easy, dude. If you're out there, if you're looking for a girl, if you know, if you find the right one, it makes everything easy, and that's how you'll know. Like, it's good. Don't have to be chasing tail the rest of your life. Like, you need to settle down for a little bit and... You know, find something that makes you happy.
Yeah,
and it hits your check boxes, and like makes it easy. Honestly, Maddie makes my life easy, and especially now, like it's like I don't have to worry about my son in a work setting. You know?
Right.
Because I know he's getting taken care of and provided, and like I'm not losing a ton of sleep at night because she's able to take a nap in the day. You know, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you, dude, you're kicking butt, dude. Keep working. Keep going.
Keep doing those dick jokes.
Yeah, dude. Keep it up.
You'll be okay.
I'm excited. Every single time I see you, dude, it's just like I feel like you're just leveling up. So
thanks, man.
I'm
trying
for you.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun, man. When you and the wife can find a babysitter, or when the kid grows up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Have you guys out to a show, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good time. Because I can
seats. It's the only way I'll go.
Dude, I can say this right now, and I don't plan on changing it. I'm only getting better.
All right.
I can see it. Oh no, it's the weirdest thing, dude. Like, cause like 4 or 5, not to suck my own dick, but like 4 or 5, 6 months ago, I go on an open mic with new material where I'm like, I think this will do okay. I think it's funny. We'll see what happens, and it just bombs.
Yeah.
Last night I did 5.5 minutes of brand new shit, and it killed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. I now have 5.5 minutes of material that I can just add to a set.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Life is good, dude.
Good, man.
Life is good. Because I know you're gonna just because of who you are. I know you're gonna grow your brand and build something out of Bedhead. Where can everybody find you on? Where can people find you?
Yeah, basically just Instagram. So personal brands JTown505, and then Bedhead _co or Bedhead Co _ one of the two.
It will be in the description.
Yeah, but it's linked. It's linked in my bio. But yeah, it'll get there.
Yeah,
it'll get there. But no, follow this guy first. I'll follow this guy first.
Listen, man, this is a lot of fun. I don't want to wait so long to do the next one.
Yeah, for
You know what I mean? Because you are one of my favorite people to talk to anyway. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for doing this.
Likewise.
Thank you everyone for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Peace.